Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on a layout that I'm super excited to share with you all. This one is about a beautiful day we spent in the Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia picking apples. We had so much fun exploring, and here I am just trimming down the photos of I have a group photo and a couple of individual photos as well. We were just having so much fun exploring the orchard and picking apples and running around, getting into trouble. So I have all these photos of my family standing together in front of a big apple tree. And then I also have these other individual photos. And there's something so timeless and cozy about an apple orchard in the fall that I just wanted to capture that feeling on this page today. So I've settled on the group photo, and this layout is going to be called Forever Apples because these are the kinds of memories that I feel like we'll hold on to forever. I am going through the Cuddle Up kit from MercyTiara Kits. And as you can see, there's all these beautiful patterns, and I'm just grabbing some solids. And I also grabbed these 2 sheets of cream cardstock. These are from a previous kit, but they work really, really well with this. And my 2 pieces of that paper actually have little blemishes on them, so don't mind those. I also have that green piece of cardstock as well, which I am not going to use on this layout, but I pulled it out of my stash as well. I would love to be able to use that stripe pattern paper as well, but that will make it onto an upcoming layout, not this one. I'm going to start by just trimming the designer strip off of that basil cardstock, and that will give me a 12 by 12 background paper. I was just setting my clock there because I was live streaming with my tiaras over on Patreon, and I like to, sometimes I get in the groove and I forget to check in on the Discord server. So I like to set the alarm clock for that. So that's, if you ever see my alarm clock, that's the story for that. Now, at this point, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but this gingham paper with the browns and oranges is really speaking to me. I'm taking the strip off of the other piece as well, because at this point I'm thinking maybe I'll do a double page, and that way the first page will have the group photo and then the other page will have the other. And so that's why I'm trying to, like, when I say the other, I mean those individual photos. So I am cutting this with the idea that that gingham might spread across both of the pages. And so I was cutting it so that they would line up. And then I realized, oh no, this is my only sheet of this paper with the apple barrels on it. And I need to use this on this page. So I changed my plan. And instead of doing a double page, I'm going to make this one be a single page. And what I'm going to do is just make it be a pretty classic ledge layout. And so you'll get to see what that is. You probably already know by the name of it. A ledge layout is a layout that uses a pretty bold piece of pattern paper or cardstock or something horizontal across the center of it to act as an anchor upon which many of the other elements sit. So my gingham paper here is going to be my ledge, and then I'll design everything else around it with some vertical lines going behind it. So we've got the barrel of apples paper, which is actually the back side of the gingham. And I'll put a few other things around here as well. So I'm starting by trimming down my paper, and I'm just using my ruler to help me get some straight lines for that. And so this is the pattern paper base that's going to be what this entire layout is built upon. And now I'm just taking out some embellishments from the Cuddle Up kit. And then I do have this stencil, which was from a mixed media add-on from a couple of months ago. And I really, really love this stencil. It's a very sturdy stencil. It's like a flexible black plastic material, and I really love working with it. So I'm pulling out a few things from multiple old mixed media kits. And so I have this gold Bow Bunny texture paste or stenciling paste. So I'm going to be using that. I believe this might be from the Joy Mixed Media Kit. We might even have some of these left in the shop. I love this this stenciling paste. It's just so easy and fun to work with. I am using one of the tools that was in another mixed media kit from the MercyTiara Kit Club. This offset spatula type of dealie is a really great way to apply the, I don't know if you heard my husband sneeze a second ago. That's what I'm giggling at. Anyhow, I hope that you didn't hear that. I think my mic doesn't pick up on things outside of the room. I hope not anyways. Let me know in the comments below if you heard a sneeze. Say Gesundheit if you heard it. So this paste is super dry and it does not take long to dry at all. So that was pretty good because I was antsy to move on to the second stage of this stenciling, which is, adding another row of it. But I'm just I'm trying to make sure that I don't end all in a row. Like I'm just kind of trying to make it look pretty natural. Now I cut this part out, but I did run to my kitchen sink and give this a bit of a rinse. It's just a very quick rinse. As you can see, it still has lots of product on it, but it's thin. And so I'm leaving it for now. I regularly soak my stencils in a mixture that I keep in my scrap room that does a really good job of getting all of the product off of them. So I'm not too worried that some of it is left behind. Now, I really think that that stenciled background does a really good job of anchoring these other elements to the page. And when I add some splatter at the end, it's going to look just amazing. It's going to look really good. So that's my plan. Is I know that I've got the gold stenciling on the background, and it also gives quite a bit of texture because that texture paste really does stand up from the page. And I know that I also have gold sequins in the sequin mix from the Cuddle Up kit. And I also know that I have some gold splatter that I'm going to use that I will show you guys some of you might be seeing it for the first time and some of you might have seen it before, but I'm going to wait and tell you about that a little bit later. Now, this forever word is really jumping out at me. I would like to make my title be a combination of fonts. I really love mixing and matching fonts for my titles. And so I'm thinking that this forever title is going to have to be on my page. And I'm just I'm percolating on that idea because I'm not entirely sure that it makes really good sense, the idea of maybe calling it Forever Apples. But the more I think about it, the more I think that that's what the title is that I want to do. So I am outlining with what has been affectionately come to be known as my poop pen, because it is a very unattractive shade of brown, but it is the only brown marker that I have for outlining. So I am using it. And it does look good in this particular, I think it's kind of growing on me. I don't know. I don't know why, but I don't hate that pen as much as I once did. So anyhow, I am using it and it looks good. We're going to go with it. And now what I really love about these puffy stickers from the thickers that came in the kit is that they're very flexible. So I just made the word forever, make a little semicircle, and then I'm going to put the word apples in the middle. And I am going to use an exclamation point as well. And I just pulled out my T ruler to help me get them straight. I usually don't care if my letters are straight, but in this case, I want the word apples to really contrast with the word forever. And the word forever is very loopy and it's in a circle. And I thought that if I made apples be very straight and aligned, that would provide really good contrast with the word forever. And I really love how that looks. Now the space in front of apples is going to have something. I just haven't decided what yet. And so this is the extent of the pattern paper on the page. We've got the barrels of apples and we've got the gingham, which is the reverse side of that same paper. And now the rest of the page is going to be embellishments. So I'm tucking some of these thickers from the thicker sheet that came in the kit. I'm just tucking the leaves and a little flower on that side. And then a couple of hearts I'm floating out on the gingham paper as well. I floated another heart up onto the background, but I'm going to move that actually. So we have the beginnings of our first cluster here over on the right-hand side, just above the title. And I'm going to take a look at these die cuts. So I have two different sets of die cuts in the same Ziploc bag here, and I'm looking for something that I can use to hold my journaling. Ooh, I really love this little stand. It looks similar to the stand at the apple orchard where we were. So I'm going to put my journaling on that instead. It says cider and donuts, and there were no donuts there, but there was cider. And as you can see, Adam is actually holding a jug of cider, and we did buy some there, so that was cool. I'm going to audition a few different items in a few different places, but I'm ultimately going to decide to put that craft tag right there because it provides a little bit of relief from the pattern that the barrels of apples creates and gives me another place to put a few little embellishments. So here's my second cluster, just again, two of the same leaves and the same little flower. They're not exactly the same, but they're the same style. So I tucked those up there, and now I have two little adorable clusters. I also have another leaf down there underneath of the little market stall. I put some hearts on the background paper up there on the left-hand side. And now I'm just auditioning all the different things that are in this set of die cuts that I think might work with this page. And I have run out of ideas, so I'm going to use one of my ballpoint pens because I am reluctant to use the poop pen for my journaling. So I'm using one of my Sarasa clip pens. And my journaling here says, our annual apple picking trip to the valley got tacked onto our Harvest Valley Run trip this year. Although the runners were tired, we picked a few apples. Yum! And now I'm going to use some foam adhesive to pop this journaling piece up off the page. And I'm just going to place it right over there where I had already decided it would go. So we've got a little leaf coming out from below it. And now I'm going to trim off this tag a little bit, but I trimmed it so that I could leave the hole intact so that I can still put some thread through it. This is lawn trimmings from Lawn Fawn. There we go. That tag looks really cute sticking out there. So I like to use a horizontal tag every once in a while. I usually tuck my tags vertically, so this is something a little different for me, a bit of a different look. So I scooched it over so that it would be layered with the roof of the stall, and then I put a little other die cut in there that says grateful. And I also put one of those fake brads from the brad set in the kit. The one that says fall is up there. And then I put a little apple chipboard over on the side there, but I think I'm going to move that. And now I've decided what I'm putting in front of the word apples. So remember I said I'd put something there? Well, this brad with an apple on it is perfect, but it was just a little bit too crowded in there. So I moved all of those letters over. Those are the puffy letter stickers that come in the embellishment add-on for the kit. And now I'm just making sure that they're all as aligned as they need to be to look like a nice contrast to the word forever. And I'm just tidying up my desk a little bit so I don't get too overwhelmed with options. I'm just going to tuck all of those die cut pieces into a little tray. And now I've decided I'm going to do some sprinkles, as I already alluded to. And I am pulling something out of the upcoming kit that hasn't released yet, and I scrapbooked this a couple weeks ago, so this was very much not released yet. It's going to release in a couple of days. But this is our mixed media kit for our cheerful kit, which is our holiday-themed kit that releases November 1st. And the mixed media kit has 4 different bottles and colors of the brand new Tim Holtz Distress Spritz. and this is the fossilized amber. And I am in love with this. I knew I would be in love with it because one of the tiaras over on Patreon, her name is Rita, and she got these way before I did. And she tried them out and she told me I would love the gold, and she was right. So here's that confetti mix. Again, this is from the Cuddle Up kit. And this confetti mix has beautiful greens and browns and some navy blue in there as well. And I'm selectively picking out all of the ones that are the reflective mirrored ones. I think the color is called caramel, iced caramel. And they're just so beautiful. They catch the light in a really intense way. And they're just such a lovely shade of gold. It's like a soft golden brown. So pretty. I love those. And I'm just mixing them amongst the little sprinkles. And did you see how beautiful that fossilized amber distress spritz sprinkled on my page? It was just perfect. I love how you get a nice combination. You can get little tiny sprinkles as well as big sprinkles. I'm showing another poop color. This is called Soft Suede, and it is from Stampin' Up. And I used to detest this color, and now I really like it. In my old age, I'm coming around to the browns. Instantly, coffee appears on my desk. Wouldn't you love it if that's just the way life worked? Just poof, it's there. So I am going to show you the photos of this, and I'm going to also scrapbook these other photos in my next layout, so make sure you have a look at that. But before I share the photos, just a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters. Here they are up on the screen right now, and these folks help make this channel happen, so a really big thanks to all of them. Patrons get early ad-free access to all of my process videos, as well as real-time unedited versions of my videos, monthly or weekly live streams. It's been weekly lately, and behind-the-scenes videos of my room and the kit club and my process and all of the good stuff. So thanks to you also for watching all the way to the end. I hope that you enjoyed this process. There are more coming along with the Cuddle Kit, the Cuddle Up Kit. Here are some of the places that you can find me in the meantime. Take care and have yourself a really great scrappy week.